Welcome back, Lelanders, to a new edition, episode, Clone Evolution. Sorry, I'm still pretty down in the dumps, but I'm starting to bounce back. Did a work shift yesterday. I figured maybe we'll play some Clone Evolution today, see if it can help cheer me up. And we're in a bit of a rush, so we'll gotta try to get some shit done quick. Finishing quick is our specialty, right? Alright, let's go. Let's go with the tokens first. No, I appreciate all the viewers with the condolences and well wishes, and yeah, it's been a rough week, but making it through. At least in a way I was prepared for it, because yeah, he's been in a hospice care for over, I guess, 2 months. I was thinking 3, but it was closer to 2. Hey, Steadfast, how's it going? So at least I had time to prepare. It's not like it was like a shocking thing that happened or anything. No, and then today I got a whole bunch of stuff lined up for the game. We got the viewers chat. Some people made some really great suggestions of what we should do next in the game. YouTube did some upgrades while I was working on OBS, and we're testing all those out, so hopefully there isn't too many technical issues tonight. I was trying to do a live stream on Facebook and it didn't go well, but I did learn a few things. I think I can set up a live stream for Facebook tomorrow. Yeah, holy shit, 4 bullets. Sweet. No, it's crazy weather. I don't know if anyone's heard, but all over North America we're breaking like 100-year-old cold weather records. Must be all that carbon tax that worked. Everyone's saying last year was a hot summer, but actually we had the coldest May on record in Canada last year. So this idea that everything's getting hotter, something I have to agree with, also according to the YouTube rules. We must say that it's man-made global warming that is breaking the 100-year-old cold records. It has to be. It's science. We're not allowed to disagree. That's how you know it's science. Now, to be fair, maybe it is just like the jet streams behaving differently because of global warming. So that's why it makes everything way colder, is because it's different. Or it's climate change from man-made. So that way it doesn't matter if it's colder or hotter, it's still both man-made climate change. No, so I had a big shift shoveling yesterday, supposed to shovel again tomorrow. I was supposed to go to a big poker night tonight, but there was like a lot of people going and I was a little bit nervous because I don't want to get sick. So I'm like, man, wait until the case numbers are a little bit lower before I start partying with huge crowds of people. I think I'm going to keep my numbers down to like 3 or 4 people hanging out with at a time, and at least until the cases are close to 0. Maybe I'll make exceptions for traveling, but I haven't actually been on a bus yet since the end of the pandemic, so that'll be a little bit nerve-wracking. Can feel a bit of anxiety about public transit. But I'll still wear the mask and all that jazz. Maybe I'll even double mask. I'll feel better. Now, I'm confident I see a lot of my friends traveling for spring break and they're all fine, so I haven't really heard anyone getting sick, so hopefully everything's almost back to normal. Now, my shifts for work should be wrapping up. I think, I don't know, we'll have a bunch of spring cleanup, so probably by around the end of May I'll be able to start traveling. Or not end of May. Yeah, probably around the end of May. Maybe mid-May, end of May. Depending how many spring cleanup jobs we get. And how long it takes for this goddamn snow to melt. Now, I thought something was weird, because normally we never shovel snow past March 4th, and we're already into the 12th, and we're still shoveling like maniacs. Even a lot of the snowbanks are barely half what they were last time. There was a few we went to, and they didn't melt at all. I was like, what the fuck? How come some of them melted and some didn't? Must be wherever they had shade or something. Now, I did go back to weed and booze to try to cope with all the stress this week, and it has actually helped a fair bit, but not to recommend that to anyone. We're going to have to try going with April for a bit better sobriety binge. At least I didn't go too crazy with the overeating after the bad news either. Little bit, but not too much. No, and I'll have to do an update on the Royal Jelly video still. I was going to do it today, but just ran out of time. Everyone's organizing the funeral stuff. A lot of hectic stuff going on. Now, I got some weird good news today. I was talking to family about how my grandpa had some money set aside for the funeral, and it was attached to a funeral home. And it was in an interest account, so it was collecting interest this whole time. And the weirdest thing is apparently he put it in there like over 20 years ago. So for some reason it collected over like 10 grand in interest. I was like, holy shit. So that's fucked, eh? Who had ever thought you could make money by organizing a funeral well in advance? So go figure, my grandpa was pretty smart. Everyone was making fun of him for prepaying those funerals, but... yeah, so I guess this funeral is going to be like one hell of a party with like lavish food, like 10 grand's worth of food. Yeah, I don't know, it's like how much food can you get if you have like 20 people showing up and you have 10 grand? It's like, Jesus. We're going to be eating caviar and drinking champagne. No, so at least my uncle would be happy that it's quite the big party for his funeral. It's not like he's not breaking the family to pay for his going away party. Man. Oh, did I just buy that shit? Fuck, I think I did. Son of a bitch. Sorry everyone, I wasn't paying attention. Dear God. That was a bad move. At least if it was Fist, then it wouldn't have been a waste of money. Oh well, can't win them all. Who knows, maybe that triggered the game to give us better rewards. They're like, oh man, this guy's an idiot, he needs help. I wonder if that ever happens in the casino. Like some of the times I think some of the dumbest mistakes I've ever made at casino. It's the only time I've ever won money. Right, so there we go. Hit refresh. Yeah, let's do it. Ooh, pumpkin. Ooh, purple. Let's go with that first so we don't waste it by accident. I noticed if you go to hit refresh by accident and you have a 5-star you haven't clicked yet, it won't let you. But if you do all the 5 stars first and then you click it by accident, yeah, it will just let you refresh. Yeah, and one thing I'm thinking about trying to not get too down the dumps this whole week too is that my life is really reached a crossroad where, as bad as it is, there's a lot of changes coming. It's like I was kind of getting down in the dumps from doing the same thing all the time, for like, I don't know, since 2018. Maybe even part of 2017. All right, good merchant deal. So I was due for some life changes. That's the thing, life, it's when the changes come, it's like, it's a rough road, but I'm sure it'll be worth it. Who knows what's next too. Starting to think that's gonna be my new YouTube travel vlog. I've been already thinking of the title for it, and I was thinking, yeah, the title for it's probably gonna be Road Trip to Meet the Man and His Dogs that are squatting in my garage. Or I'll put French man, add a little Francais to it, spice it up a bit. Yeah, so that'll be an interesting YouTube thumbnail. I think I would even be tempted to watch that because I'm interested to see who's living in my garage too. But I'll be filming it and watching it at the same time. No, hopefully it's not too stressful of a situation, but luckily I've already sent people to meet the guy and he's apparently really nice, so Should be quite the adventure. And he has a whole bunch of boats, and I'm thinking I can try to hire him to take me out on a boat ride. So I'm thinking hopefully he'll give me a discount if he's living in my garage. That'd be nice. Yeah, Wachi's like the best boat like captain in the whole city, and having him stay in my garage will just be like a blessing in disguise, right? It's kind of how you have to look at life sometimes. Throws you some curveballs. It doesn't always have to be so bad. Let's hope. Knock on wood. Now, I was just kind of worried I was going to show up and there'd be needles everywhere or something, right? From like addiction. So hopefully that's not the case. Not that there's anything wrong with addiction, but it's a whole nother ball game. All right, 2 more bullets. Yeah, so that'll be one of the travelogue thumbnails. And then I'll have to do a video about what's the state of my house and my garage. See if the guy did any work on the garage. It'd be nice if he fixed it up a little. Because I was thinking if I was staying in it, I would have fixed it up. Because fuck man, the door was fucked on it. The garage door and the actual door. They both were almost off the hinges. Or track. So hopefully it looks better than what I left it. Now, and it is a bit of anxiety when I think about it too, because yeah, I really haven't gone anywhere since 2017-ish. So it'll be quite an adventure to go on trips again. And I'll have to be a little bit extra precautious, make sure double mask maybe the whole trip. At least the indoor parts. Yeah, it's funny. Oh yeah, Steadfast. I keep forgetting her. You could even go by and check my place. No, that guy that's staying in my garage, I talked to one of my buddies up north and he went by and checked. Yeah, he's still there. He stayed the whole winter in my garage. Can you imagine? That'd be brutal, trying to squat in a garage. At least he has dogs to keep him warm, but man, that'd be intense. I think someone said he was even going to start a wood stove in the garage, so maybe that's what he did. He sounded pretty resourceful, like he had a whole bunch of snowmobiles and boats. So I don't think he was that like senile or anything. He's definitely still there as far as I know, even for an old guy. Who knows, maybe he's not that old. I've only seen brief clips of him. Maybe I'll share it on the video one day. All right, so merchant, let's check. No, because my buddy went and checked to see how the roof was on my place, and he said, oh man, I should really be there shoveling it, but I can't get there to shovel it. Now, that's how I realized my house up north almost has a flat roof. I was like, fuck man, that wasn't a good design up north. Should have really made it slanted so the snow would slide off. So if I ever do repair it, maybe I'll put a slanted roof. All right, so beacon, yeah, or did we try dealing? Oh yeah, it's a shit show. No, the only thing I was thinking the flat roof would have been nice for is I wanted to climb up on the roof with a ladder so I could see Mount Kemenus from my place. Because I noticed my place is so low that you can't see it, but if you only go a few feet higher, you can. So I was like, shit, man, I could almost tear down the house and build a 2-story house. Then if you could sit on the roof of that. That's why my neighbor across the street, people made fun of him because he put a ladder and a chair on his roof. But I was thinking that's probably what he did. He put the ladder and the chair there so he could climb up and see the mountain from where he lives. I would do the same thing. Strange people act the same. No, some people are saying he wasn't that strange of a guy, that someone just burnt his house down, he was mad about it. I'd be mad if someone burnt my house down too. Fuckers. Yeah, that's what I was kind of worried is, man, what happens if my place up north burned down? But it already is condemned, so who knows, maybe if it burned down it'd be cheaper to demolish. So No, my one friend up north was saying the property values there are spiking too, and I figured because of that place in Quebec being so close. Like, I don't know, even where I live in southern Ontario, there's a region that's like booming, and a lot of the big houses. And I was checking up north in what is that place, Royan, Noranda, or whatever it's called. But anyways, they have those same type of houses, fucking big giant ones. So there's a lot of money in that region. So yeah, once a whole bunch of people with money come, start buying up all the property, then we should start seeing spikes in prices. Because I figured that when I bought my house, even though it was condemned and I was pissed off, I'm like, you know what? Maybe prices will go up so much that I could even still not be in that much trouble with it. I guess it won't really affect it because I'll probably still have to tear it down. I don't know, my one buddy was saying too that he'll try to get an estimate for me to repair the foundation, so who knows, maybe that is an option. My brother was saying that too. He's like, actually some foundation repair guys, they can do it cheaper than you'd be surprised. So I was like, who knows? Yeah, if I can get a cheap, if anyone knows foundation repair guys. Yeah, because if all of a sudden I could repair the foundation, then the house repairs would actually be within my budget. Devour. Now, I don't know if I would stay up north year round, but man, it would be sure fun to have a place to stay for like a month or two at least. That'd be sweet. Unless I found work up there. No, I figured that too, because Muskoka was like that in my area in Ontario, where it was like a cottage country, not many people lived there. A lot of lakes and resorts. And then one day it just boomed, where everyone's like, fuck it, let's buy cottages here. So I fear that's going to happen to Kirkland Lake and all the places up north on Highway 11. Even Matheson. I could see Matheson booming pretty big too. It's kind of nice. Timmins, who knows? Timmins might be the next Toronto where everyone will just go there. That'd be weird. Although Timmins is pretty big. I was surprised. They had movie theaters, bus stations, like local buses. Very big city, like. Even high-rise buildings for apartments. I was like, holy. Lost Lamb, rob it. Yeah, and I'm not too upset anymore about not knowing French for when I go up north because I found a new edge. There's some new technology I can bring with me. In vain. Because usually what happens is I'll be talking to French people and we'll be debating something or negotiating a price. And then they'll start speaking French and then come up with something else. And then I'll be like, well, I really wish I could understand what they said in French there. But now Google and other companies, they sell these little earbuds, so you can just put one in, and it'll translate French in real time. So if anyone's talking French, I'll at least be able to understand what they say, but I just won't be able to communicate back unless they can speak English. And if they can speak English, then that's fine, because then there'll be no gap in communication. So, well, who knows? I haven't tried the earbuds yet, but I'm probably going to order some, maybe watch some French TV and see how it goes. Let's go with Vampire. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I really need to get insurance for my place bad. It's very dangerous to have a wood stove without insurance, even with. Who knows? Maybe he didn't actually have a fire. I haven't been there in I don't know how many years. First year I didn't go because of my accident. Then I went because of my uncle. Or I couldn't go because of my uncle. And then I couldn't go because of the pandemic. or a combination of two. So it's really been ages since I've been there. Now, I think what happened is he probably got a wood stove going in his actual trailer, and he rents a lot next to mine from the city or something. That's what I was thinking. It's so weird, eh? It's like I own a house, but yet there's like a little piece of grass next to my place, and the city rents it out. It's only big enough to fit a trailer, and then they literally lent it to someone in a trailer, and they live there. It's fucked up, right? Like in the city, you would never be able to do that here. You couldn't just park a trailer on a strip of grass and live there. But to each their own. It's kind of neat, I guess. Maybe he's only supposed to be storing the trailer there, but he lives in it. I don't know how that works. I don't want to be getting him into too much trouble. Hopefully the city isn't watching the video and they're like, oh shit, who's this guy? Where's he living? Alright, so we won't give the address of the trailer. City will have to go and look. Ooh, there we go. Ooh, there's a good one. That's what I'm talking about. Now, if it was a dream come true for me, what I would do is go up north, maybe do a YouTube video about the guy living in the garage, post it onto YouTube, maybe hold a fundraiser to raise some money to fix my garage and house, and then fix it. That'd be pretty sweet. Nah, not to be mean or anything, but I probably would build a fence around my place to try to keep squatters out in the future. Lock the gate. It's kind of mean though, but yeah, you can't really just have everyone just living in your places. Now, it is quite the predicament. Like, I bet you this wouldn't have happened if I would kept coming up and checking my place each year. But it's kind of been like a disaster after disaster. Series of disasters have led to a guy living in my garage for years. And the weirdest part, I kept dreaming that someone was living in my place. And I kept talking about that, and everyone's like, there's no one living in your place. I'm like, watch, I'm dreaming about it all the time. So then I got someone to go check, and it turned out there was. Well, who knows? Maybe there's people living in all the abandoned houses up there, so it wasn't just mine. Or I just had good luck. Oh. Now, I shouldn't laugh. It's a pretty serious situation, but who knows? Maybe I'll make an interesting YouTube video. I'm already interested to watch how it turns out. Find out who he is, how long he's been living there. Watch, he moved in as like soon as I left. You know what I was thinking? Wouldn't it be funny if he was already living in the garage before I bought the house? So he's like literally been there 2 owners. He comes with the house when you sell the place. I shouldn't make fun of it, but yeah, he did offer to take care of the place because he said the city was complaining that it was getting out of care or whatever, but I don't actually have a sidewalk, so, and if the building's condemned, I'm not sure you have to shovel a pathway to a condemned building, do you? No, but he's been shoveling the driveway, and obviously because he uses the garage, so he wants to be able to drive in and out. And I have a giant driveway. At least that's one thing I was thinking. As much as my house up north sucks, because the garage needs a lot of work, the house is basically condemned, at least I have like a 3-car garage or driveway, and it's nicely paved. Or no, is it paved? No, I'm pretty sure it's just gravel. But at least it's a 3-car driveway. Maybe part of it's paved, now that I think. I'll have to look on Google. I think Google shows the driveway pretty good. Yeah, so if I ever did want to rent it out, or if I technically had a trailer and just wanted to park it in my driveway in front of the garage, I have a fucking monster driveway. So I could put like a huge trailer, like a school bus size. So I might just do that in the future. Instead of say fuck it with fixing the garage and fuck it fixing the house, just park a trailer of the century there. It'll be Lelanders trailer park streams. That'll be my backup plan. If everything hits the fan, I'll be moving up north and living in a trailer in my driveway. Seems like the old guy did it fine for years. Yeah, that'd be quite the adventure, actually. Now that I think about it, as far as the backup plan goes, that sounds like a better than my normal plans. Yeah, isn't that a state of affairs when your backup plans are better than your normal plans? Shit. Now I'm trying to be optimistic, laugh a little. It's better than crying for days nonstop. Alright, so yeah, let's devour these. What's going on? I thought I clicked it. There we go. Now that's what my brother was telling me to do the whole time too. The only thing I was hesitant to do that is I was worried the animals would just destroy it. Because I've had horrible luck with leaving stuff up north. It's like usually raccoons or bears or fucking what else. Some kind of animal will get to it and just tear it to pieces. I was surprised it happened every time. Houses, campsites, everything. The animals just won't leave me alone. Alright, rob them. Rob! So who knows, maybe I could park a trailer next to a house without getting it destroyed by animals. Or I'd probably get robbed by people too. That'd be another thing. I'd have to stay there a lot or else it would get robbed. Or I'd have to have a good security system. So yeah, as soon as someone come to rob it, I could just like call security right away. Oh yeah, or if I got a really big fence around my property, that'd be awesome, eh? Let's go fence around the whole property, have a gate, and then be able to park the trailer beyond the gate. Yeah, that might do it. So I might have to save up for a fence. Space Shuttle or Royal Casino. Yeah, who knows? We might even be going into World War III and we won't be doing jack shit. Another pandemic will be here. Who knows what's going to happen next, but it's neat to start planning some ideas. Haven't really had anything to plan for so long. Yeah, now that would be an ideal situation actually if I could repair the garage or even put a new garage, build a fence, and park a trailer. Then maybe one day save up for the house, but I'll probably take a lifetime to repair. Robots, treasure, lost lamb. Let's rob it. Now I like the outdoors, biking, climbing mountains, what is it, boating. Even in the winter, I like skiing or cross-country skiing. Skating. I don't know how much skating they have up north. It'd be neat if they let you skate on those big lakes, but I could see maybe they rope them off or tell you you're not allowed to. I don't know. Treasure box. Or maybe there's too much snow on the ice. That would be it too. Treasure box. Elite. Treasure. Yeah, let's go for treasure. We gotta hurry up. We only got a few minutes. Fuck. Too much talking, not enough clicking. Yeah, that sounds like a good escape. Steadfast is saying she escapes reality with favorite way. Weed arrives on chariots of fire, driven by radioactive wild boars. Yeah, that's a good one. I wish. You know, I was thinking when going up north, a lot of people are telling me just get like some land in the middle of nowhere, but I was like, man, the only thing that sucks about that is I want to be close to a store and a post office. So if I have to go to the post office, it's only like a half-hour walk, or maybe max, like maybe an hour walk max. Yeah, because having vehicles and gas prices, it's just fucking too expensive to be driving everywhere all the time. No, I guess technically I'll have my bike up there, but I'm just thinking in the winter. Man. Yeah, because you really can only bike up there, what, 4 months of the year? If that. No, I'm thinking of getting my electric bike back on the road. If I get a garage fixed up north, that'd be sweet. Yeah, because then I could fly to the places in Quebec. We'll call it R. Ryan. Yeah, Ryan, Noranda. I think something like that. But anyways, yeah, if I wanted to go there on an e-bike, I could be there in no time. Especially if I soup it up a little. Within the legal limits. Alright, come on, we gotta click faster. Now, I was thinking of getting my driver's license back, but the DMV places are so packed, so I still don't even have it yet. My brother's been bugging me to get it because he said he'll pay me extra to work, but it's a lot of extra responsibility to be driving at work. It's like 10 times the responsibility for a couple dollars an hour extra. Oh, going back up north. Tom Connors. Yeah, I thought it sounded familiar. Break open. Now, I was just actually going, oh, fuck, back-to-back space shuttles. They're getting us to finish quick. Oh, yeah, because we got another whole round to play. Fuck, we got to finish quick. Yeah. Now, I was just about to go online today, but I'm like, fuck, I got to finish playing Clone Evolution first. But after, I'm going to go online and start looking up the train prices for how much it costs to take the train from Toronto to North Bay. Because I've heard they've already opened up that length of the trip. And if anyone knows if you can take it to Matheson, that'd be interesting too. Because that's really, I don't know, what I would do probably is take it to Matheson, then take the bus from Matheson all the way to Kirkland Lake, but unless they have a way to stop there, that'd be sweet. Because I heard they had the other station along the way, but it's been closed for years, so that would suck. Oh yeah, Move Into Royan. That's the Tom Connor song. Yeah, I was thinking which one. I was trying to remember. Confirm, no. Rob. You know, it's the weirdest thing when I was watching the videos on Ryan or whatever that town's called to find out what's the deal. There's YouTube videos about it. I was like, wow, all these YouTube videos. So I watched them, and it turned out it's the fucking highest standard living in the whole fucking country there. I was like, wow, that's so weird. I would have never guessed. And they said something about having the best medical university, some of the best schools, and then some of the highest paying jobs, all for one city. And they said it's relatively pollution free, and it's very unpacked, so it's like you don't have to feel like you're packed everywhere, and it still has the modern amenities. So it's like the best of everything. So that's why they called it the highest standard of living in all of Canada. I was like, wow, that's pretty weird. And then my place is like a half-hour drive away from it. I was thinking if you bike there on the e-bike, it's probably about an hour or two bike ride. Maybe. I'll have to check again. So that's a fair decent bike ride, but if I'm just going into town to check out the video game store. Yeah, they got a wicked retro video game store in Ryan. So I'm going to have to check that one out. Hopefully some of the employees can speak English. So everyone always makes fun of me. They're like, Leland, don't worry, everyone in Quebec speaks English. It's not really been my experience. Usually every time I go to Quebec, it's rare to find anyone that speaks English. Yeah, it could have just been bad luck with me. People see me and they're like, they just pretend like they can't speak English. I would too. No, I'm just kidding. I'd say 95% of the people I've met so far are only French. So, it's weird. Yeah, the separatists. Yeah, the separatist movement, I think, was bigger in Quebec in the past. I don't know if it still is or not. I remember hearing about it back when the old Trudeau was in power. Not that I was alive then, but just reading about it. Invade. Yeah, it was Trudeau's father was the last one to do the Emergency Act, and he did it to the separatist movement because they were killing people or something. Can't remember. No, the worst I've had is rocks throwing. That's not that bad. Just missed my head. Be surprised how often that happens. Or maybe not. Alright, we gotta speed this up. No, I was thinking there's probably going to be a few breaks of Clone Evolution this year. Because when I go on a trip, hopefully I'll be able to go for more than a week or two. I was thinking most of my trips I usually only go for a week. But man, it's a lot of driving just to go for a week. It'd be nice to go longer. Yeah, I think that's probably what's going to be my goals for this summer. Maybe I'll make a chart of all the goals that I got for this summer. Maybe kind of call off the adventures to Mexico this year, at least until the health scare stuff dies down. Stay more local this year. Focus on getting my garage fixed, focused on getting a fence, and then focus on saving up for an okay trailer. Yeah, because that way when I have friends and family that want to come up north, I'm like, hey, you can stay in the trailer. You don't have to stay in a fucking old renovated garage. Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. Who knows, maybe I could Airbnb the trailer. No, it'd be nice to have at least enough income coming in to cover the taxes. Because fuck, man, the yearly taxes on properties up north are going up quick. The government and their fucking spending. Yeah, the town Ryan is pretty cosmopolitan. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. When I looked at it, I was like, man, there's a part of my town that's like the more normal, like scummy part of town, and then the really high end, like spitzy part of town, or what do you call it, cosmopolitan. I actually had an apartment in the cosmopolitan part of my town for a while, and it's a nice vibe. I know some people make fun of living in the ritzy parts of town, but it's kind of nice. There's a lot of like little shops and stuff, mom and pop shops that you don't usually see in the more run-down parts of town. High-end like health food stores and stuff. Could get like organic foods and stuff. It was pretty wild. Yeah, and like the different stores, restaurants, even adult entertainment. Now I was thinking, as you know, a town's a pretty decent size when it has a strip club. No, I think my town is fucking huge now. We only have 1 or 2 strip clubs, if that. Not that I'm keeping track. Alright, so I think we're going to try the Abyss now, because I'm supposed to use up some of those bears, and I want to test to see if they reset, so we'll have to do it quick. Finishing quick will be our specialty. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking now we can really pick some interesting teams. Alright, so who do we want as far as healers? God, man, this chick's such a good healer. If anyone ever used her. Alright. God, I gotta pick a healer and quick. Yeah, we'll go with Freya. I don't know who else to pick. Oh, it's more famous for feature shows. Now, theater has always been kind of neat too. I don't know, when I was in high school, I always took drama class and did the arts. Alright, let's start with a team like that. I think. There we go. Where are we going? Westward ho. Now, the poker buy-in was a little bit steep for tonight, too. Not to say that they're playing for real money. I'm sure it's just for the food, but... Now, it was around $40 to buy in. I'm like, man, $40. I'd rather just stay in and, like, order some pizza for that kind of money. Now, I'm trying to cut back on spending, too, because, yeah, I want to save up for some trips this year. Not that I need to save up, because I've been saving since 2017, but I don't want to get carried away with wasting my money before I go on the trips. Yeah, man, if I could accomplish that as a goal, I think I'd be happy in life, to actually have my own trailer somewhere. Because, yeah, you know, I was thinking over the years when I was growing up, our family had a trailer, and when I got rid of it, that was one of the big heartbreakers. I've actually missed having a trailer ever since. I know some people make fun of it because everything's small in the trailer, but I like having a small trailer. It's like everything's there that you need, and it's all small, so you don't have a lot to clean. If any time you do need to clean, it takes like 10 minutes because the fucking place is so small. And then, yeah, sometimes people will make an add-on to the trailer. Some of them have those wheel-out rooms, so you can make it a bit bigger once it's parked somewhere. I think the neighbors on one side of my house too, they have like this big wall next to me, so if I park the trailer next to there, that's actually a fair bit of wind protection, privacy. Get a fence up to that point, it'll look pretty sharp. I hope the city doesn't give me a hard time about parking a trailer, because I'll be like, what the fuck, if there's a guy parking a trailer right next to my house, hopefully I'm allowed to. Yeah, I'll have to check it. If anyone knows up north, are you allowed to park trailers in your driveway, or how does that work? Only if you get a permit from the city, probably. Because I think that'll be a little bit of a boost to my morale. Because a lot of cases I failed a lot in life, so at least I could set my goals more reasonable. Not try to go crazy and try to fix the house, but at least getting the garage fixed, that's reasonable. Should be under 20 grand, so. Yeah, who knows? Maybe as I go on adventures on YouTube, I can get some people to help donate to fixing the place, and that'd be sweet, because that'll go a long way compared to how much I have for it. Oh, oh fuck, it's 1 minute till it resets. Oh, she lost? You gotta be kidding me. Should have sent Jeannie, or who was it? Fuck. Yeah, building maintenance is a hard job. I used to do it. It was one of my old jobs at the golf course. We were trying to maintain a building that was different ages, and some of the ages of the building were so old. That's what I was thinking when I was looking at the Riverside Inn for sale up north. As much as I'd like to buy that building, I'm pretty sure you gotta just demolish it and build a new one too. It's reached the point where the age is a little bit more than it's worth to fix it, right? Fuck, man, if I ever made it big on YouTube, people up north would probably hate me, because I would buy the Riverside Inn property, I would demolish the inn, and then I would build like a fucking high-end condo building. Not like super high or anything, but maybe like 5 stories, and have most of the rooms facing with really nice balconies right to look at the Keminus Mountain. And I'd have it all like super, what is it, light pollution efficient. So that way it would be really dark and everyone on their balconies could have like perfect view of the stars over the mountains. Oh man, that'd be sweet. Have like a really nice like a bar and restaurant overlooking with like a patio overlooking the mountain. That'd be fucking sick. It'd be like one of the best resorts that all the people from Quebec side would come and stay at. Oh yeah, it would ruin the view. That's what I was thinking. Everyone up north would hate me. They'd be like, oh, he built a 5-story building right next to it. But actually 5 stories isn't that tall. If you compared it to how far it would go up in the background, it would probably only go as high as the lodge behind it. Because you know how it's all on a hill going up. And the inn pretty much is at the bottom of the gully. So yeah, it wouldn't actually obscure the view that much. That's what I was thinking. I probably wouldn't want to go over maybe 4 or 5 stories. Because really at 4 stories, you're only pushing 1 story higher than a normal house. Yeah, the house I'm actually staying in right now, the attic I'm staying in is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's on the 4th floor. And I'm on an attic of a 4th floor, and it doesn't even seem that high. Yeah, Steadfast would oppose it. No, don't worry. What are the odds of me becoming big on YouTube? I think the odds would probably be better of hell freezing over. Better not jinx it. It's like, in other news, no. Now, the whole Earth is going to be destroyed one day, so that's kind of how I look at it. As much as we should try to preserve everything, it's like, yeah, you got to make some development. Now, it's just sad to say, but all that space around the Mount Keminus and everything, it's all going to be condos one day. Probably not in our lifetime. Maybe 100 or 200 years from now. It'll be fucking giant condos everywhere. It's kind of sad to think of it. Now, the only way we could stop it is if everyone stopped expanding so much. When you think about the wars in Ukraine and stuff, more and more people are just going to be coming here. They're going to have to build somewhere. I guess they could just build higher buildings in the cities in the south. But the way they keep expanding with the trains up north and all that stuff, seems like they're really expanding cottage country. I don't know, I've never really been to Muskoka. How many high-rise buildings did they put there? Maybe they did put a cap and they're like, you can't build higher than 2 stories. So yeah, maybe do it like that. Instead of making it 5 stories tall, just make it the same height, but make it a little bit wider so you could just fit a few more buildings width-wise. not damage the view too much. Find some compromise that works. Now, the worst part about having a whole bunch of people by Mount Keminus too is it's so pristinely quiet. As soon as you had a whole bunch of people camping there all the time, it would suck. That's the progress, right? It's like you always want people to see stuff, but then you realize when they go to see it, it ruins it. The double-edged sword of progress. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Has anyone tried to buy the Riverside Inn yet, or is it still for sale? Last time I checked it was, but that was like 6 months ago, I think. So I think it's probably gone by now. I don't know, for me, that was my favorite place in the whole town. I know it was kind of run down and old, but I'm not really into the fancy modern buildings. They're okay, but I like an old building with some character and history to it. As long as it doesn't have the plague. Yeah, I actually do have a post office box. I can just imagine how much mail I have in it. I think there was one that came with my house when I bought it. I was supposed to be going to check it and I just haven't gone to do it. Or maybe I don't and I was supposed to go sign up for it. That could be it too. I've never actually checked it once yet. I don't know, has anyone ever bought a house before? Do you know what happens when you buy a house? Do they usually give you the mailing information if you have a P.O. box? Or you probably just have to sign up for it. Now, I was thinking when we bought our trailer before, if it came with the P.O. box. I don't think it did, so yeah, maybe you have to sign up for it. Oh, they forwarded the mail. Yeah, maybe they forwarded it to my address here. That'd be good, because I am getting address here for the place, so that would make sense. You know what's weird? If anyone's ever gone on Google Earth up north and you go to the spot by the Riverside Inn, there used to be a nice restaurant across the street. I guess it had a fire and burnt down, because it's so weird. If you go on Google on one side of the street, you look, there's this big restaurant. So I'm like, oh, go across and see what the hours are. But as soon as you cross the street, Google, it just disappears. And there's only like the firing ash ruins of where the restaurant used to be. So it's like, yeah, it sucks, man. A lot of places have fires up north, right? I figured that because, man, once you have a wood stove, that's super risky. Like, if I lived up north, what I would do, instead of having a wood stove in the trailer, I would just have electric. Have, like, a whole bunch of solar panels and insulate the shit out of it. So you only have to have a small heater for a small space and not bother with fucking wood stoves. It's just too risky. No, even our house in the city, it used to have a wood stove, and we had 2 house fires. So after the second house fire, we're just like, fuck it. We took out all the wood stoves. Haven't had, well, knock on wood, haven't had any issues since. Yeah, house fires and wood stoves, they're almost hand in hand. Oh, we beat it already, eh? Alright, so I don't know what happens when we come back. Is the bears back? No, they're still the same. Or maybe because we were logged in, that's what fucked it, not in a good way. Yeah, ideally that'd be pretty sweet, because if I had a trailer and a garage up north Hopefully I could even tap into the washroom there. That'd be sweet. Wonder how that works. Yeah, you might be able to. I wonder how the other guy does it, eh? He must just use a bucket. It's pretty nasty. But you do what you gotta do, I guess. Oh, who knows? Maybe he paid the city to hook his trailer up to a septic service? I doubt it, though. Alright, we'll come back to that after. Oh, there's a fee for the P.O. box. Yeah, so I definitely don't have one because I haven't got billed for it yet. Hopefully I don't get a giant bill for a P.O. box I've never used. Oh, that would suck. Yeah, that would kind of make sense. I can't see the post office doing anything for free. And rightfully so. Can't be a communist country, do everything free. Man, this Abyss stuff is hard. I fucking hate it sometimes. Never beat it anymore. Yeah, I guess that's true. If you can still move the trailer, then you could just fill the reserve tank and then bring it somewhere and drain it. But I'm pretty sure the way I looked at his trailer, it's permanent. So he's like parked it. So, oh, I guess you could call someone and maybe they would pull up with a truck and drain it for you. Is that how it would work? Yeah, that wouldn't be so bad. Because then you could just call a waste removal service and they would come and drain your trailer. Although that would stink really bad. Now, what I would do if I wanted to put a washroom up north and I didn't have access to the septic tank, there's actually a company in Mississauga, and what they did is they developed new indoor electric washrooms for garages and stuff that don't have plumbing. Did you call? So anyways, how that washroom works is it plugs into the wall and it's got a chimney. So you have to put a chimney. Hey, bloopers, how's it going? So what it does is when it has the tank and it's hooked up to electricity, it cooks the waste. So it basically just heats it up and then all the emissions are shot out through the chimney and it just makes it into vapor. So it escapes into the air. So I don't know how nasty it smells for the neighbors, but it does just use electricity and gets rid of everything. So who knows how well and efficient it works, but all the reviews on YouTube and Facebook give high regards to it. It's a bit pricey to install. I think it's around $2,000, but you figure for having no plumbing and a $2,000 to put in a washroom, and then all you need is electricity, that's not that bad. That's at least within your price range, right? That's what I was thinking if I ever built like a shed or a pool house somewhere and I needed a washroom. That's probably what I would go. Kind of ingenious invention when you think about it, because really isn't that how nature works? Usually everything just evaporates, turns to dust. Yeah, and they said the only waste it leaves is ash, so you have to pour a bucket of ash out every week or two. But they say it's just ashes, so you can pour it wherever you pour ash. Fireplace ash. I guess it's shit ash. Shitty ashes. No, I don't think they're still shitty. Hopefully not. Insufficient items. I don't know, that was weird. I was clicking it and for some reason it didn't want to work. Oh, Blooper says thanks. Yeah, appreciate it. No, the only time I'm fine is if I don't start looking at some pictures of my uncle. I actually recorded some VR of him and I was thinking, oh, I could watch it. I was like, oh yeah, right. I'm not going to be able to watch that for a few years. So as soon as I start to see pictures of him, I start to break down. So The funeral is going to be pretty tough, but hopefully once that whole part's over, shouldn't have any big breakdowns. No, it's a big life adjustment, having someone that you've lived with for so many years and looked after for every day for 2 years, but yeah, sometimes life changes and you gotta adapt, man. That's one thing too, if people get stuck in a rut and you're like, oh God, I'm starting to get depressed, you'd be surprised how many times life just throws you some weird curveball and all of a sudden whatever that change was in your life, and it turns out to be just what you needed, even if it is a hard change. Yeah, doing the same thing for too long seems to get to people, right? I notice that if I do the same job for more than 10 years, it starts to get to me. Live in the same place for too long, it's like 10 years, starts to get to me. Stuck in a basement for like 5 years, man, yeah, that was getting to me. Kind of need a change. Now I'm thinking too, at least my uncle's not having to suffer anymore, because he was at the point where he was on machines and he couldn't move, and it was like, what the fuck, man. And he hadn't woken up for a long time too. I can't remember how many weeks. But you gotta give him credit, man. He was strong right to the end. Like when I was carrying him to the washroom the last time, his muscles were still enough that he could stand. He just needed help to correct his balance. Yeah, so he kept strong right to the end. If it wasn't for the pneumonia, I think he would have kept going. Now, he had a bad history with pneumonia. He kept getting it year after year after year. I'm sure it's unrelated, but after he got the third ones of these and caught pneumonia again, and he didn't make it. Now, it's weird. I started to hear more and more people dying of pneumonia, so hopefully it's not a trend that continues. Now, I've been looking at the teams, like everyone when I was gone, I felt bad because I had to draw all the scrolls while everyone wasn't watching. But I can show everyone what heroes we got. We got quite a shitload. I actually did a whole episode about it. I just recorded it offline because I was like, man, I gotta make a short episode. Can't make a super long one. Yeah, so we got enough to make, I don't know, at least 3 or 4 reds. We'll have to pick which ones. I'm leaning towards Skady. I was thinking, yeah, let's check it right now. See what the situation is. Some people are saying the dragons don't sound like a good idea, but we're still nowhere near the dragons. I was just kind of joking about that. We're just like somewhat saving for them. I'm definitely going to use the blonde hair guy for Skady. Yeah, heavy metals in the water is brutal. I never realized that was a problem with mining. Because yeah, where I live in the city, we do have a few mines, but it's never really came up anything about mining runoff being in the water. It probably has, maybe we just didn't even look into it. That's probably what it is. Yeah, because most people are just drinking bottled water from Guelph. I don't know if anyone's heard the story about, you know how Nestle, they come to certain parts of the provinces and they take all the best water? The best water that they're taking is from a city called Guelph, and it's about a half-hour drive from where I live. Some of my other aunts and uncles live there. And the ground's radioactive, so that's actually where they mine some uranium and stuff. So I'm not sure why we get all the drinking water from a place that's radioactive, but that's how it works, if anyone's wondering. No, the ground is actually so radioactive in Guelph that when you buy a house there, you have to get a survey done to make sure your house isn't radioactive in the basement. Because they said sometimes you'll buy a house and it'll be seeping right in. And it's not like radiation pollution, it's just like the natural occurring kind. Like uranium in the ground. Oh, you're near Eska source water. Yeah, that's what I was figuring. I was wondering if any of the bottling water plants do it up north too. Because there must be some good springs there. I don't know. The first property I ever bought up north, I fucking should have kept it. Man, it had a really nice spring on it. But you never know. Could have had mining runoff in it. Who knows? I never actually drank from it, but man, there was like clams and like, or river oysters or whatever they're called. There was actually a family of bears that was living on it. The one guy warned me. He's like, yeah, the mother bear has a whole bunch of cubs, or I guess 2 cubs. So make sure if you're camping on your property, you're watching, because their den was like right on my property. It would have been the best YouTube property ever. I was so stupid to sell it. Oh well, live and learn. Can you imagine camping right next to bears? No, the only problem I didn't like is it didn't have an access other than the river, and it was so hard to get in because there was no trails next to the river. Now, it was really close to the dump, so I guess that's probably why there were so many bears near it. Oh, the Dasani water. That's the nasty stuff, eh? I usually don't buy bottled water, so I don't even know what it's like. I actually bought a water distiller just in case shit hits the fan. So it's like, man, if all of a sudden our water goes to shit, I can actually still distill water. It's a nice one. I think it was about $100 on Amazon when I bought it. It's already selling for like 200 now. I haven't even used it yet. I'm just saving it for emergencies. Yeah, because if you have a water distiller, then you're looking pretty good in a disaster, right? People that are trying to save bottles of water, they'll run out eventually. Person who has a water distiller, it could last a lot longer as long as you can get electricity. I've got all the solar panels and stuff for that, so I don't have to worry about solar running out too much. Now, I used to be into prepping, but I kind of got out of it after the year 2000 because I was like, oh, the disaster never came, so I'm like, oh, we don't really need this shit anymore. But at least I learned a lot about how to prep if it ever did come back a threat. Yeah, everyone was worried about the year 2000. I don't know if anyone remembers that. How fucking long ago was that? Yeah, 22 years ago. Dear God. It scares me so much is that 22 years ago feels like, I don't know, like 5 years. It's like, holy shit, man, my perception of time is so off, or I guess time just flies that fast. It's fucking crazy. It must be because I don't have kids and a family to keep track of it, so everything doesn't really seem like it's changing that much. 22 years? Holy shit. It's wild. It's a wild ride. Enjoy it while it lasts. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's sad to say is, man, if I was in Ukraine and some war was breaking out there, I'd be like, man, life is too short to fight for some piece of land. It's like, fuck that shit. I'd be out of there. Now, I feel bad for the people who are stuck with no choice but to protect it. That's a scary part when you live in certain countries. Some of the governments, man, they could even take your kids away and make them fight in wars just because they were born there. It's fucked up. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If anything really did change in the future, we should really make political changes so that wars can't even happen anymore. I'm surprised any of this is still legal. I guess some people debate that it's not illegal or is illegal. I don't know. But I figured if it was super illegal, then they would have already moved in tanks from every country, right? Yeah, it's one thing about war, it makes you wonder. shitty as all this shit is happening, maybe there's some horrible lesson we're supposed to be learning from it. God, I hope we learn it before we have to keep going on for much worse. Hopefully they'll be getting some fucking control back from the crazy governments. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe there'll be something that'll change for the better. Let's hope. Won't all be for nothing. Yeah, that's probably what I would do. If I was living up north, I would probably have to find some way to get water too. So I'd have to bring a water distiller or just buy bottled water from town. I tried the spring water from the place by the Draco Stones. My friend actually drinks it all the time, but his health isn't the greatest, so I'm like, who knows? Hopefully it isn't from that water. No, I don't think he had any health issues from the water. I don't recall catching anything from it as far as I know. There was a sign by the water when you collect it saying it's not tested, so I don't recommend anyone just trying it unless you're a little bit wild or you get doctor's permission. Yeah, the life straw. Next time I go and try the water from that spring, I'll definitely use the life straw instead of just drinking it right from the spring. It tasted surprisingly good though. That's what I was thinking. Like, once in my life I wanted to try just drinking from a spring, and man, that tasted delicious. I was wondering what it would taste like. Because I was like, maybe it'd be too minerally or too bitter or something. No, it was... I wouldn't call it sweet, but it actually tasted good. Like fresh. That's what I was thinking. That's probably why animals always want to drink fresh water. It actually tastes better. If it's not been sitting somewhere and going stale for weeks. Yeah, so that'll be part of my YouTube adventures. We'll go up north, check out who's living in my garage, see what kind of repairs we can do, what kind of insurance we can get. Yeah, because really I cannot afford to build a nice new garage and then not insure it, so we'll have to get some good insurance. Yeah, lots to do. And who knows, hopefully I can make a whole video series about what the adventure is like. Maybe there'll be a Airbnb trailer to stay at the end of it. Yeah, because that would be pretty cool, eh? If I could fix the garage, get electricity hooked up to that, just from the city's electricity, and then install the washroom that's electric only. And then that way I could park the trailer next to it. And then if I needed the washroom, just walk out of the trailer, go into the garage and use it. Even put a shower in there. That'd be pretty sweet. Yeah, that's not a bad plan. I'm starting to like that. I know it's pretty ambitious, but who knows? Thing is, I got a little bit of money saved and I could get a little bit of credit too. So we'll see if it's a reasonable price. Maybe I'll even go a little bit in debt to finish repairing it. Now, I used to try to get different credit established so that if I wanted to get a mortgage or something, but it never really helped very much. Yeah, and then you know what's a good thing too? I can ask the guy some questions that's been staying in my garage. Ask him how the flooding has been going, like how the snow was on the roof, how it was around the foundation, the garage, if he had any issues with water getting in. Because how many years he's been there, he should be able to give me some intel about what it was like. Let's hope. Yeah, there's probably not too many videos like that on YouTube. Like, how many people can say that they can just go one day on a trip and go, like, I don't know, 600 kilometers away from where they live? go to their garage and find out who's been living there. No, in my dreams, it was always my friends from high school that were living in there, but I knew it wasn't them, so I figured it was just someone else, and it was like a metaphor for it in my dreams. So maybe it's a metaphor that the guy is friendly. That'd be nice. From what I heard so far, he is very friendly. Yeah, so that'll be episode 1. We'll stop at the house, see who he is. Episode 2, maybe we'll be going on a boat ride with him into the lakes. No, there's actually a few different lakes and waterfalls that I want to visit, so we'll see if we can make some adventures on those. And we'll, of course, do the mountain. The Draco Stones some more. I want to do a VR video by the Draco Stones. So that way next time when I can't go back for years for whatever reason, at least I can just put on my VR helmet and experience what it's like to actually walk around there again. See if I get the same vibe from it. That'd be wild. Because I notice VR is usually so realistic, you almost take a bit of the vibe from it. Like if you watch VR being on the beach, it actually does relax your body quite a bit. Now I've got this one VR game for the beach where you put on the helmet and people complain that they still want to be able to use their cell phone while they're on the beach. So they synced it up to the game. So that when you pick up your cell phone and you have the VR helmet on, you can still use your phone because the game will put a picture of your cell phone. So when you go to look at it, it shows it on the screen. So you don't actually have to take off the VR helmet to keep using your phone. So you can basically be laying down in a simulation and being on the beach while you're using your phone too still. It's pretty cool. Some people might think it's ridiculous, but once you're stuck in lockdowns, you'd be surprised what kind of options you look to. Can't leave your house for 2 years. No, I barely used it. I just tried it. It was kind of neat, but I can't really spend that much time in VR because, I don't know. As much as it is neat, I still like real life better. It's kind of like a gimmick, right? VR is one of those things, it's neat to check it out, but you don't really use it that often. Once or twice a year. Now, usually I log into VR every time a new good travel video comes out that I see on YouTube, because sometimes it'll be like New York City. So it'd be like you get to put on the VR helmet and you get to look around New York City and it looks like you're really there. It's pretty wild. And sometimes they'll like fly the camera all over the city so you get to see all the streets like you're a bird flying through the air. It's wild. Yeah, I would stay away from VR if you haven't tried it because it can cause motion sickness. It's the only time I've ever got motion sickness my whole life. And it was the one thing, a mistake I made, was I ate a huge meal before using it. And they said you're supposed to try it on an empty stomach. Yeah, and I got pretty sick. I was like, holy fuck, I actually didn't want to use it again for quite a while because I got sick bad. And I think it damages your eyesight too, right? Because you're putting a screen right close to your eyes. I was like, man, it seems pretty risky. Hey, Rusty Valor, how's it going? Now I'm gonna try getting into making VR videos, but that's the hardest part of making them, is you gotta watch them after, and I don't really like watching VR too much. So that's why it's been hard to make it. I can only watch it for a few minutes. Now I've tried a bunch of different kinds of VR too. Even Sony 4 VR with a PS4 Pro. Still, it was kind of nauseating. Yeah, I haven't tried a roller coaster on VR, but I wouldn't be surprised if you get that same motion sickness feeling. Because it actually feels like you're there. It's a bit scary. They do have a couple roller coaster games on PS4, but I haven't tried them yet. It's like a track and you're on the VR and you go through stuff. I'm probably going to go to Canada's Wonderland this year too. I don't know, the last year I didn't go because of the whole pandemic still. And years before that I didn't go because of my concussion. But God, man, Canada's Wonderland, what a blast that is. Now, if anyone's never been to Canada's Wonderland, even if you don't like the rides, they have amazing shows and they have amazing food and like all this like fair type stuff. It's like the biggest theme park in the country. The trampoline stuff they do there is amazing. Like I've seen trampoline shows on TV and then I watch theirs, and Canada's Wonderland trampoline shows, they're better. They're huge. They go off like giant fucking pillars in the middle of the water. Giant pirate ships and stuff, they'll jump off the top. It's wild. Yeah, I did do a VR video at Canada's Wonderland before I think I had my concussion, even, or no, right after it. But sadly the website got taken down, so I don't know where all the files are. I'll have to try to remake it. Yeah, if you love roller coasters, Canada's Wonderland is like a dream come true. But the only problem is Canada's Wonderland is kind of cheesy, that they keep just tearing down rides and putting in new ones. So if you happen to have a couple favorite rides, you almost got to keep going and riding them, because it's only a few years, they'll tear it down, put a new one. So I miss like the old rides that I used to love when I was a kid. Almost all of them are gone. They used to have a stand-up roller coaster where you could actually stand up riding in it. It was so wild. It was one of like a historical roller coaster. One of the first stand-up ones in the country. Someone was telling me they still have a copy of it in Ohio, so maybe I'll just go and ride that one. They used to have jet screen, but they took that away. That was like a spaceship that would go all the way around and do loops. It was fucking wild. Took that one away. Oh well, it's like life in general, right? You just gotta enjoy the moment, because nothing lasts forever. Canada's Wonderland is just like that. You find that ride you like, enjoy it while you can. Hey, Rusty Valor says, wishes Aunt Barb a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Aunt Barb. No, I'm just kidding. No, hopefully her husband did just punch the screen. No, who was it? I think it was Suki who sent a picture of her mom, and I was like, man, what a babe. Her mom. I'm just clarifying. That's what happens when you're watching an older YouTuber, right? It's trying to pick up your parents. Now, I was thinking, yeah, the next VR video I'll do is probably the Draco Stonehenge. Maybe I'll do one for Mount Kemminus. Yeah, that... What? Who am I kidding? I have to make a VR video for Mount Kemminus. Just so I can remember what it's like to climb up to the top every day. I could just like put it on and be like, hey, remember climbing to the top? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'd be sweet. Fucking A, man. Yeah, my VR channel is going to be huge after this next trip. Not like in views or anything, but I'm going to add a lot more content. Because a lot of people ask me what it's like. I can be like, hey, if you got Sony VR or whatever, just throw it on. Go to my YouTube channel. You can watch what it's like to climb right to the top. You guys will never guess the setup I got for doing VR videos. You know how a lot of times YouTubers, they're stuck having to hold the cameras, hold the tripods? Makes it difficult, right? It's probably not going to work, but the setup I got is I found this cheesy company from like China or Japan, well, probably China or India, and they're selling an umbrella holder. So it's like a backpack, and it's got a clamp that can hold the handles of umbrellas. So you wear it, and then it'll just hold the umbrella for you. And it's got like a different adjustment, so you can angle where you want it. So that's what I'm going to do for my VR videos. I'm literally going to be wearing like a tripod on my backpack that I don't have to hold. So that'll be pretty sweet. So I'll be able to do VRs, climbing mountains and everything without having that stupid risk of trying to hold the camera in one hand and climb in the other, because that's super dangerous, especially on mountains. So at least this way I'll be fine. I can just wear the camera and not have to actually hold it. Now some people will say it might be too jumpy, and I was thinking, yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. We'll see how the image stabilization works. We'll do some test runs first. And it looks funny because, yeah, it looks like I have a backpack with a fucking Google antenna sticking out of my back. No, it's like I'm the human version of the Google car. Hey, Naked HD, welcome back to the chat. Just keep your clothes on. Tis YouTube. Don't get us all in trouble. Nah, that was the funny thing. I was doing a video the other day and I was being nice to everyone. I was being nice to everyone who hates the Amico, everyone who likes the Amico. I was even being nice to the bullies and the spammers. And by the end, I was thinking, yeah, it's like I was even nice to the spammers. Like, how many YouTubers are actually nice to the people that spam to them in the chat? Oh, God, it drives people crazy. Like, stop being nice to the spammers. Hate them. I figure as long as they're spamming stuff that's not that annoying, like 3 or 4 messages, okay, it's pushing it, but it's not that annoying. As long as it isn't illegal shit. I guess it's spam is borderline illegal. Yeah, it was funny in the chat, like people in the Amico video, they didn't know how to react, right? Because they're so used to everyone either picking one person or the other person to be nice to. And they're like, what? You're being nice to everyone? It's like, yeah, what a bold concept, right? Be nice to everyone. So rebellious. No, it's the world is kind of weird these days, eh? We're being nice to people. It's like some crazy behavior. It's like I fit right in now. Yeah, that'll be such a weird adventure. Do episode 1, arrive at my place, assess the damage to the garage and the house. Maybe I'll even go in the house and do like an explore the house video, show what kind of haunted shit is in there. It's freaky, man. Like, I've been to a few haunted houses before, but my haunted house, like arguably up north, is fucking, it freaks me out. Like all the weird pictures of clowns and stuff all over the place. I'm like, who the hell decorates their, well, I guess if you have kids, you're gonna decorate the place with clowns, but it just freaks me out because I'm like scared of clowns. So when I went in there and there was like a whole bunch of smash mirrors and clowns, I was like, oh God. It almost feels like I'm walking into the Twilight Zone. And then after that, maybe I'll meet some of the neighbors. Yeah, maybe say hi to all the viewers that are up there. Visit my friend Chuck, see what he's up to. See how his health is doing. Go to the mountain, go on boat adventures. It'd be quite the series. I bet you I could get maybe a whole, like a year's worth of videos to come back and start editing and through the winter. I doubt I'll be able to edit it all on the road. We'll see how it goes. A lot of my favorite YouTubers, they edit all the videos while they're on the road. so that people that are up there, they can like see that you're actually traveling there while they're watching it. So maybe I'll try to do that, get a laptop and edit it as we go. But who knows? We'll see about that. Hey, George is here. Welcome back, man. Yeah, nice to see George back. Yeah, I was thinking we need George back big time before we do any of the changes. Because we got so many new heroes. We got to show George what we got first. I was thinking, man, if I don't show George, I'll be kicking myself in the ass forever, right? I'll be like, oh, fuck, screwed it up again. No, basically what we got was like a whole shitload of heroes, and I was gone for all my uncle dying and all that jazz, but I still burned the scrolls because I wanted to get all the new heroes. Yeah, so sorry everyone that wanted to burn the scroll or watch the burn scrolling. I should have just recorded it off air, but I kept crying all the time, so I was like, fuck, man, don't want to record that shit. I guess I could have just turned the camera off. Yeah, that's what I should have done. Turn off the mic and camera and just record the scroll burning. But anyways, we'll see the heroes. No, my whole face actually started to get swollen from crying so much. So I was like, man, I had to stop looking at pictures of my uncle and stuff. It's too much. Just need some more time first. Yeah, he's like the nicest guy on the planet that I could think of. So that's what really gets me the most. Oh, if my uncle was only a jackass, it would make it easier. Yeah, man. Nah, thanks. I appreciate that. No, we did get enough, Arena Girls to make another gold copy Arena Girl. We got enough, Son of the Black Hole. So we got enough to make him gold. Who else did we get? Yeah, we got a whole shitload of blonde hair guys. We actually could get 3 blonde hair guys. So if we wanted to make him gold, we could. But I'd rather use one of them for the skatey. Because I figured there's no point making him gold. Because what am I going to do with the gold blonde hair guy? Might as well just save his pieces and use them for other clones. Because a lot of them need him as an ingredient. I learned that lesson when it came to making Rock God. I made him gold and then no one needed him gold. You know, that's what I was starting to think of too, as sad or morbid as it is. As I was thinking, it's like, yeah, my uncle's gone, but really, I'm starting to reach the age where I'm not far behind him, so it's not like I have long to see him again. No, hopefully I'll live a lot longer, but you never know. I live a pretty burning the candle at both ends lifestyle, so it's not like I'm planning to make it to 90 or something. Jeez. No, hopefully I at least make 60. So really, it should only be around 20 years or less till I see him again anyway. And I'm a pretty strong believer in heaven and all that jazz. No, that's what I kind of think of too. Almost all the nicest people I know are already dead, so it makes me fear death less and less. Because I'm like, if I'm going to where all the nice people are, it doesn't seem as dangerous. Yeah. Why do the good people always die young, eh? Fucking bastards. Yeah, who knows? If I keep planning these trips to Cancun, I might be visiting my uncle sooner than later. No, the planes could crash, could get killed by gangsters, could overdose on drinking too much booze while having fun on the beaches. So yeah, there's a lot of dangers in life, so I gotta not be so upset about not being able to visit people that are dead, because yeah, it is only a matter of time before we visit them all, right? As morbid as that is a way to look at it. Jesus. Terrible. Yeah, that's why you gotta try to enjoy life. We are lucky to be still here every day. Gotta wake up and try not to waste too much of what precious time we have. So I always find it so weird when I hear people say they're killing time. It's like, you're killing time, man. It's the only thing we have. As soon as it's gone. Killing time. Yeah, so I never complain about getting old. Well, I gotta admit, I always complain about the wrinkles and the gray hair, but in hindsight, I'm like, geez, at least I'm lucky I'm aging, right? God, how many people never get the chance? Yeah, you gotta try to look at it as just experience. If wrinkles and gray hair are the worst of your problems, then you're pretty lucky. Especially these days. Fuck, how many people are fighting in wars that don't want to be? God damn it. That's what sickens me the most about wars. People that are forced into it. It's like, I could see if, yeah, it's bad for people that sign up for wars, but God, just regular civilians being forced into wars, it's crazy. And how often it happens. Oh, George with the super chat. Thanks a million, George. Hey, is that maybe that Headbangers thing, is he still on there? New sub. Maybe it is. Oh, there it is. It's just a little slow, like me. Slow tortoise can win the race. Now, that's the one thing, I bet you if you went to Ukraine and Russia right now and like polled all the people, I bet you like 90% of the people don't want any wars, right? Somehow they're still dragged into it. Yeah, can you imagine? I don't know, did Clone Evolution announce anything about the Russian players? Are they banning Russians from playing the game? Some of the other video games I play, they started doing that. Even the real money game I play, Entropia, they banned all the Russian players. So all those players had like thousands, maybe even tens of thousands of dollars of real money in the game, and then they were banned from playing. I was like, holy shit. I know like people are trying to stop the war and doing everything they can, but man, that's pretty whacked. Hey, Wiki News, $2. Thanks a million, man. Appreciate it. The headbanger will be back in a minute. Yeah, Skatey time. Yeah, does everyone want to see Skatey? The only problem is we got to make Theodora. And we have to make her gold. We got all the ingredients, except we're missing the extra sun stars. Right. So I got to beat some of the expedition levels and then collect enough rewards to buy some more pieces at the store so we can actually clone up some more sun stars. And we'll check to see maybe that we got enough from the campaign. Yeah, it's a wild time in life. You know, I was thinking I was almost going to be going on a trip up north to Dreamer's Rock, because that's where like people that are into Vision Quests are supposed to go when there's like really tragic times in the world. And then guess what story was on the news today? The fucking ferry that takes people to the island caught on fire. So they said now it's down for repairs. So anyone that wanted to go on those adventures, it looks like there's going to be a big hitch in the plans. Which is so weird, right? Right when I was thinking about planning a trip there, all of a sudden it breaks out into flames. It's not a good sign. Maybe it's just not time yet. We need a worse disaster. We'll wait until maybe World War III is fully broken out, then I'll plan to go. That'd be fucked. Yeah, Chichimon, it had a fire, sadly. They said the fire is fixable or whatever, but it's going to be down for a certain amount of weeks or months. Can't remember how many. And then winter is actually extended too, so. And hopefully they'll have a backup ferry. There's probably some smaller ferries that they could bring in to take people until they get the big one back. It almost seems like a bad omen though, right? Right when the planet needs Dreamer's Rock the most. The ferry taking people there is busted. Yeah, I think the fire happened in Thunder Bay or something. Something about that's where they store the ship in the off season. Can't remember. Or I could just be getting the name of the bay mixed up. Yeah, because Thunder Bay sounds pretty far away. Fuck, that would take like a month to come back. Alright, so now I've been to I haven't been to Thunder Bay. That's the Sleeping Giant place. I've only been to Sault Ste. Marie. That's as far north as I've gone. Or I guess Timmins is technically almost as far. No, Timmins is only halfway, isn't it? Something like that. Alright. Holy shit, it's at 45%. We're making some good progress on that. The guild technology, we've saved up quite a few cubes. So it looks like we'll be able to unlock another one. Oh yeah. So if any of the viewers haven't seen, we're trying to focus on just unlocking Sun and Chaos and Ice. I know it's kind of a shame that we're not going to unlock the other ones much, but just because I want to focus on having some high up levels. Yeah, you would think it would just park in Owen Sound. I was thinking, why the hell would it go all the way to Thunder Bay? That'd be way too far. Owen Sound's like way closer. It's where it normally goes back and forth. Or no, it goes to Point Pelee or something. That's it. Now, I've only been on Chichimon a few times. I actually dreamt about it for a few years and then went on it and I was like, man, it was just like my dreams. It was pretty intense. And then after I went there, I found out about Dreamer's Rock. I was like, whoa, so weird. Get visions about going to a place and dream about it all the time. Find out it's the place to dream visions. Now, if anyone hasn't been to Manitoulin Island, I don't want to overcrowd it with tourists, but dear God, it's one of those places you go to it and you take pictures. People look at the pictures and like, oh, it looks kind of average. But when you're actually there, it's like, oh my God, it looks better than almost anywhere I've seen before. Oh, George, yeah, thanks a million. Appreciate that. Yeah, awkward. No, sadly my uncle did pass, yeah. It's really shitty. Now, the only thing I think positive about my uncle passing is he had reached the point where he was hooked up to machines, couldn't move, and he wasn't able to wake up for like weeks. So once you've reached that point, how much longer do you want to put the person through it, right? I was actually at the point where I was like, oh God, now I start to see why people have to pull the plug sometimes. Once you see someone suffer that long, you're like, shit, man, what are we doing to them? Keeping them alive on these machines. But yeah, at least he made it to 60 years old. I know it sounds really young, but the doctor said he wouldn't live to see 30, so he outlived the doctor's prediction by double. Barely had any gray hair, too. That was the sad part, too. It's like you always think you see someone turn gray and then die, right? You never anticipate them to die still not even gray. I was thinking because he lives so lighthearted most of his life. You know, people get stressed and get gray hair. It's like he had Down syndrome and he never really let too much bother him. Yeah, I bet you if you don't worry too, it's probably good for wrinkles. I gotta stop worrying so much. Start to get lines. Yeah, it's a good thing about the older cameras. I gotta keep a few 720 cameras around. Once we get into the 8K generation, oh God, I'm gonna look 90 years old. There we go. Yeah, let's check out some of the new heroes we got. So we ended up getting a copy of her. I went in a little bit overkill and burning scrolls, but we managed to get her out of the deal. I think we got another copy of this guy. So we actually almost have enough to make this mask guy twice in gold. We're actually just one hero away. Like one more mask copy. Which is really good because there's two heroes that I need that use them. We've got 3 Captain Cucks, so we can actually use our Captain Cucks to make him gold, except we're missing some of the other ingredients. We got some more Omni OGs, so we're all set to burn some Omni OGs to make some red heroes. So there's a couple I'll show you, I'm thinking. Oh yeah, we got the Alice, so now we've got 3 Alices. We can actually make 2 gold Alices, which is kind of nice. Oh yeah, the other thing I did yesterday while the viewers were away, check this out. I finished linking all the heroes. So now this guy has him on DNA. And holy fuck, is this guy's DNA ever powerful? Like, dear God. Like, check what he does. Recover 40% of the attacks. It's like, holy shit, man, he's getting healed all the time. And he barely takes any damage. So he's a very strong fucking tank now. I actually gave him the poison thing. So now the enemies are hitting him, getting poisoned, and he just keeps healing. It's pretty intense. Alright, so let's check out too. How much do we need to make the next hero? Now, and before my uncle died, he actually got moved to one of the nicest hospice centers in the whole city. It was like brand new. So it's like, I think they said it was only a few months old. So sadly enough, he's one of the first people to die there, but it was like he was staying in a mansion. So you got to give the government credit. They did some really nice stuff for my uncle just before he died. And then the good news we had about the funeral is my grandpa prepaid it, and there was a huge increase in the interest. So I think he paid like a couple $1,000s for the funeral, and it went up over the 20 years to like over 10 grand in interest or something. Or maybe not that much. I could be getting it wrong, but whatever it is, it went up and it was a good amount. So at least now my uncle will get a really nice funeral. I'm just hoping that it's not too big of a funeral, that people catch something, so I'm still going to be wearing the mask for the whole time. I don't know who all else is, but just to play it safe. I know I'm not really big on forcing people to wear masks, but I still wear it a lot myself. I kind of used to force people to wear it. Now I don't care because it's ruined too many friendships to try to force it on people. If people don't want to wear it, I don't care. One-way masking is fine. I think one-way masking is even fine by the CDC and World Health Organization now. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm pretty sure my grandpa already got the headstone carved too. So then when we go there, not only is his name on it, but even his picture, I'm pretty sure. So he went all out. It was a funny thing. My grandpa, he lived a very like mediocre lifestyle where he's just like a janitor or something, or I think he worked in a factory at some point too. But yeah, he saved up a fair bit of money for, well, I guess at the time, right? Back in the day, back in my day, it's like back in the day, if you used to have like a full-time job, even at a regular place, you were still getting enough to get a house and shit, right? Save up enough money. Not like today where you have to be like a millionaire to get a house. Or you have a condemned house up north. I should make fun of my condemned house. Maybe one day we'll get that garage fixed. Hey, these super chats keep rolling in, man. That place is going to be fixed in no time. No, the travel videos, who knows, right? Last travel video I did, someone actually donated $100 and we only had 100 viewers. So I was like, shit, man, that's a pretty good ratio. If we get 100,000 people watch it, who knows? Maybe I'll get enough money to fix the garage. That'd be sweet. It's possible. All right, so what other heroes do we get? Let's show everyone the rest. I keep delaying. Alright, check out this list. It's pretty fucking intense. Alright, so we got all these heroes that you've seen before. This guy's here because he's high up level, but I took him out of the link. Now we're to those heroes. Now we'll skip ahead. So those heroes. A bunch of those. My gold hero collection is like off the charts now, have you noticed? We got Omni OG. That's how I was thinking. It was kind of nice. Right when I went through all these hard times with my uncle, it was right when the game started to really pick up and get more enjoyable. It was really perfect timing. Right when I needed it most, I was burning all those scrolls. Helped cheer me up. I know burning scrolls is kind of like a gambling addiction. I shouldn't say that cheers me up, but it did. I'm an addict. A clone scroll addict. All right, so let's see here. Yeah, we got the wrestling guys. Look how many of the what is it? Son of the Black, or not Son of the Black Hole, Rising Moon Warrior. We got enough Theodora to make gold now. Yeah, look how many of that guy. Shitload of that guy. We even have 3 Hitlers, so we can make a gold Hitler. If we do that, there's a whole bunch of red heroes that we could all of a sudden have options to make, I think. I could be wrong about that. If anyone knows, who's Hitler used for? I think a pretty good one, isn't it? Yeah, we got more of the rock god. I'm not going to make him gold this time. I'm going to keep the fragments so we can actually use them. We're just one dragon girl away from getting the girl to make the dragon. That'd be fucking sweet, right? We got some more bisons. We got enough Son of the Black Holes now that we can make him. Got a bunch of Kims. I made a whole nother gold guy and we still have some more of them left over, which is good. See, we got enough, what is it? Fuck, man. Arena girl. Right on the tip of my tongue. I wish. Sorry, pardon the pun. Alright, so we got a Trump. There we go. We got Cleopatra. We got a bunch of him. Or no, just one of him. Oh yeah, we got 2 Charlemagnes. I'm pretty sure we even have a 3rd Charlemagne in storage. So we could turn Charlemagne gold if we wanted. Isn't that weird? We got enough cucks. We got 3 cucks now. As gross as that sounds. Yeah, we got 3 Omni OGs. We could make a gold Omni OG. We don't have 3 of this guy yet, sadly. If we did, I would make him. Got a bunch of him. Oh yeah, we got a bunch more of these. I think we even have 3 of Western Shoe. So I could make another gold one, but we already have a gold one. So I'm not going to go to crazy and make another gold one yet. Maybe just save them for ingredients. Yeah, George is right. Should we be looking at another Alice and another Beowulf? We could make another Alice today if we had enough Sunstar backups. So we'll check, see if we got enough. Oh wait, let me check again. Let's continue the list before we leave. So we got these heroes. We got enough blonde hair guys to make a gold one, but I don't think we're going to yet. And now we're into the shitty ones. Holy shit, look how many of the shitty suns. We got 2. So I just need, what is that? 1, 2. So we need 2 more sun stars. Do we got enough? Oh, we got 1. So if we can make 1 from the store, we'll have enough. We might have to beat some levels to do it. Now I got time. The funeral stuff, I don't know what's taking so long, but I guess some funerals take long to organize. Sadly, we're 1 away. Shit. Let's check this one. Ah, fuck, we're nowhere near it. But we could beat some of the expeditions, see if that wins us any points. No, like George was asking, how far are we from Beowulf? I'll show you. Before we get too carried away. I'm going to be hitting the vape some more, so let's try to do it while we can. Obviously, we need Captain Cuck, and we got 3 of them. We're missing these 2. So we're 2 fragments away from Captain Cuck. What else did we need for Beowulf? Let's check. Sorry, I'm losing my voice a bit. Been yelling. I gotta talk at a normal volume instead of screaming. My mic wasn't working for so long that I got accustomed to yelling. Now it's like I can't stop yelling when I'm streaming. Alright, so we already got this guy in the mask, so we don't have to make another version of him. And we have to make her. Let's check how many we have to make her with. Oh yeah, she's chaos. So we got 1 fragment away to make her, and we got these 2. So we're just 1 away from her. So yeah, we're actually really close to Beowulf, depending how you count it. I think we're 2 away. Like 1 away from him, 1 away from her. Or was it 2 away from him? Yeah, I think it was 2 away from him. Yeah, 2. So we're 3 heroes away. Dear God, I have to count to 3 and I got it wrong. Got to 2. Why are the viewers not surprised? I'm not fooling anyone, am I? Alright, so here we go. So yeah, we're getting close. 3 away from this guy. And 1 away from this guy. Or no, 2 in there, 1. Jesus. Alright, so yeah, 3 in total. Dum-da-dum-dum. And what was George's other question? Oh yeah, how many away from Alice? We've got her, got him, got. So we can make her today. If anyone wants to see, we could actually make another copy of Alice today. The only thing I was thinking and not doing it today was we got to make some actual extra sun stars to turn them gold, because we got all the ingredients, they're just not actually ingrediented together, so we'll need some extra sun stars to burn. So technically I lied, I don't think we could do it today. We'll probably be 1 away. Let's check again, how many did we actually make? Oh yeah, it's because they're linked in DNA. So yeah, we have her linked in DNA, so sadly we'd have to unequip the DNA, but I think it would be worth it to make another copy of Alice. And we could always try to make her gold again. And we'll try to link the shark guy with her DNA soon too. So we do have this, a copy of Alice, but we have enough ingredients we can just make another. So that's how I was thinking, it doesn't make any sense to unequip her, consume it, and then make another one and re-equip it in DNA. We might as well just wait till we can make it. So that's how close we are for Alice. Or did I show the rest for Alice? Yeah, that was Alice. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure once we get a 3-star Alice, like red star, that's pretty good, right? Some people could put in the chat if they think it's a good upgrade. Someone was telling me it's not that good of an upgrade, but I don't know if I believe that. Alright, so yeah, that was what we were doing for that. The other hero I was looking at is we could also make Skady, but the only problem is it would use up the mask guy, right? But the problem, because you know how Beowulf and her, they both take the mask guy. But the only good news is we're only 1 fragment away from making another copy of the mask guy. So we pretty much already have enough to make him 2 both anyways. We'll just have to hope it doesn't take forever to get the last mask guy. Yeah, that's what someone was pointing out. We do have enough ingredients right now that we could make Odin. Because we could buy the blonde hair guy. We got these 2 guys. So we actually could make Odin if we wanted. Who's the other one? Thor or Nazia? Thor. Which element is Thor again? I'm trying to think. Is he one of the Chaos ones? No, that's not Thor. It's always the ones I've never made before. I don't know what elements they are. Oh, that's Horus. Well, oh, Odin. Yeah, Odin's the one. Yeah, I was thinking Thor and Odin were the same too for a second. I'm like, wait a minute, isn't that the same person? Or yeah, it's all part of Norse mythology. Yeah, that's it. Dum-de-dum-dum. I don't even know Europe's history. There we go. Yeah, so some people are telling me it'd be worth it to make Odin. But I was like, shit, man. The only reason I don't want to make Odin is I'm phasing out electricity. And I'm steering more towards the water element. So that's why I want to make him instead. But yeah, definitely making him in the future, that's definitely what I'll consider. As soon as I get some more blonde hair guys. Right now I'm going to use the blonde hair guy to finish making Theodora. Because I don't have Theodora put together yet, even though I have all the ingredients. So I just have to use some of these, which that's going to be a shame, but at least we'll get a Theodora, right? And then we'll have Skady, and then everyone's saying Skady is really good. Yeah, see with Beowulf, going with water, that's the way to go, right? Like I was just checking that yesterday while I was off the air. If you look at Lightning, who are you going to put in the team with the Chaos Heroes? I wouldn't put any of these. Maybe just Thor or Odin, whoever that is. And Suzo. So that's basically a 2-hero team. And if I look at this, who would I put in there? Maybe just these two. Arguably, maybe Riding Hood. So that's like 3 good heroes. And then if you look at Green, Green's got this girl. She's actually better than I think she looks, right? But as far as the rest goes, no one's really good, except for Monk, maybe. Freya's okay, but I think she's a bit overrated, right? And then if you look at water, that's when you start getting into teams you could build around. You got like the shark guy, he's super strong, she's super strong, and good at healing. Both of these are super strong. So you're looking at like a whole bunch of guys or girls or others that are all in the fish creatures, no, I'm just kidding, that are actually good to add to a team. And then these are actually good because it's 2 full teams of heroes in one. So you get all these and all these just in one. So that's what I was thinking right there. That's the best 3. And then you can just phase these out. Some of these heroes are okay to have, but I definitely wouldn't build a team around them, right? Definitely stick with the water and chaos and Sunstar. That's my plan right now. I was thinking if you really wanted to screw people around, what you could do is soup the shit out of the green team. I know George would hate that team the most because it is a really weak idea. But if you added this girl and like Freya, and I think who is it? This guy. This guy has his abilities. If you team them with everyone in a green team, your team would be like super strong. Or not super strong, but like super good defense. So yeah, that would be like the ultimate defense team. And then you could also add in Monk. Man, Monk packs a punch, surprisingly, once you upgrade him. So I don't know. Green is arguably the most underutilized team. I don't want to go that route because I don't think it's going to work. I'm pretty sure water is just better, like George says. But yeah, green is kind of tempting. I guess lightning would kind of be tempting too, to go with Suzo and Odin. But yeah, that's basically the road I'm going now. I'm focusing on the water-based team and the chaos team. If anyone's wondering which chaos clones I'm looking at getting, both of these dragons are this dragon. This dragon's the one I'm most closest to getting. And probably this dragon too. Because we got both of these heroes already. And I think we're only 1 hero away from making this. So we're literally just 1 hero away from a dragon. So that's what we're going to focus on. I know some people said the dragons suck, but I think since I have a Chaos and Sunstar team, it's definitely not going to hurt to have a few extra dragons kicking around. Especially since they'll be super high level. Yeah, George is right. Everyone keeps telling me the Beowulf hits so hard that he is worth it to add it to the team. Especially if I threw in Skady with him. And if I threw in, say, what is it, Segment? Holy shit, he'd be hitting like a tank. Or no, probably like he'd be hitting like a wrecking ball. That's what it is. Oh yeah, you know who hit me the other day? It was a 4-star Samson. Or what is it, what you call his name again? Tengu? Yeah, 4 red star Tengu hit me, and he killed me in 1 hit. So I was like, holy shit, Tengu actually gets really strong once you get him up to 4 red stars. But I don't think I'm going to bother going that route. That's a little bit excessive with Tengu. I think even getting him up to 2 stars was a bit excessive. Alright, so does anyone think, should we try to make another red hero first? Oh yeah, we didn't even look over all the ones. Who else do we got? We could also make... I was thinking we got all the ingredients, so we could make her, or we could make him. But I don't really want to, because I just linked this guy in DNA. So we're probably going to rule that out. Oh yeah, and we could make Scorpion King or whatever, right? So some people said that I should make Scorpion a long time ago, but I don't know. He always seemed like one of those heroes we never really needed. And it'll burn up too many of our Dariuses. So if anyone thinks we should make Scorpion King, forever hold your peace. Yeah, George says if I went 4-star Tengu and 4-star Sekhmet, it would be a good team. Yeah, especially if you threw in Scorpion King or something too, right? Or Riding Hood. Like, technically, we got all the ingredients. I can make this chick today too if we want. What's her name? Neza? So if anyone thinks Neza is good, we have that in consideration. It's kind of strange how many reds I could actually make today, right? Like, literally, that's an option, that's an option, that's an option, that's an option. We could even make a second Tengu. Fuck, or no, we're not quite there. Not there, not there. So yeah, that's a lot of options in the fire. Yeah, I think we could actually make another one of him, but I don't think we'd bother, right? Definitely wouldn't make another him. No, what I could really do is piss off, who was it? I think Muhammad hated it. Or no, was it Khan? But anyways, yeah, they were saying that Hermes is the hero they hate the most. So maybe I could make another copy of him. I'm just kidding. Nah, I'm the worst for that. When someone tells me what I hate, I always use it to tease them. Horus, I don't think we'd bother with making Horus. But we actually could make Horus if we wanted to. We have all the ingredients. We definitely have all the ingredients that we could make another Suzo and boost him up to a, what is it, a 3-star? We don't have enough. We don't have enough. Right, so this one we don't have enough to make him. We do have enough. We could make her. We do have enough. We could make him. We do have enough. We could make her. We do have enough. We could make her. A lot of ones that we won't make, I think, but we could. We do have enough. We could make another monk. We do we have enough? Yeah, we do have enough. We can make another Freya. We do have enough. We can make this guy. Holy shit! I didn't even know that. Do we really? Yeah, we got him. We got her, or him. Sorry, Dromino. I just misgendered you. It's all that makeup. Just kidding. I'm sure makeup goes both genders, but there we go. We got, yeah, we do have enough to make him. Would that guy even be worth making? That's weird, eh? I didn't even notice that. We don't have enough to make Anubis. We don't have enough to make them. So yeah, we got enough for the greens. Quite a bit. Alright, so yeah, this is the Hitler one. We got enough to make him. We got enough to make her. I think, yeah, we got enough even to make this guy. We got enough to make this guy or girl. We don't. We don't. We do. Well, if once we finish this one. We don't, and we don't. And then the chaos, yeah, we basically don't all of them, I'm pretty sure. Oh shit, we have enough to make another Captain Decker. We do have enough to make Dracula. We do have enough to make Little Red Riding Hood. We do have enough to make this guy. I think I just called the other guy Dracula. I don't know which one's which. We don't. We don't. 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 And don't. We don't. Don't. Or no, actually we do. We have enough to make another genie. If we bought the third blonde-haired guy from the store, we'd have the fat chili and this guy. So we would have enough to make another copy of genie. So really, we could go for a 3-star genie. Give him the 2nd star by making him another sun star to feed him. And then after he consumes the sun star, or no, we'd have to boost him up to 1 star, then 2, and then all the way to 3. Yeah, that'd be quite the genie upgrade. Or yeah, people have pointed it out. I think we do have enough to make Beowulf. The only reason I haven't yet is we really don't use healers very often anymore. So it's kind of pointless to make a really great healer if they won't even fit on the team. Alright, the dragons we don't. Alice we do. Her we don't. And dragon we don't. Alright, so that's a summary of all the heroes we could make. So that's quite a few that we could. I don't know if anyone wrote them all down or whatever, but that was at least 10, right? It's kind of weird. Or maybe not 10, but pretty close. Holy shit, we're over 2.5, or no, 2 hours and 10. Yeah, thanks for everyone tuning in. I'm going to have to let everyone go watch UFC soon, or Bellator. It's already started. I think I'm going to have a couple beers, relax tonight, try to get my mind off all the crap that's been going. But I appreciate everyone for tuning in and helping decide all these heroes. At least we did a summary with George and a bunch of the other viewers, so we should get some good advice. Not that we didn't already. Now I've been considering everyone's advice. Yeah, let's do a couple more battles at least before we go. And let's do the sponsor message.
The new Red Hero battle stuff is brought to you by Crack. Crack, it'll fuck you up.
Thanks, patron. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons tonight. That's what she said. Suki, Dan, Jim, Ray, Travis, patron. Appreciate it. Thanks a million. No, not many people are a big fan of developing up north. I don't blame them. Yeah, if I lived up north, I'd be like, hell, keep all these city folk out of here. Alright, patron. Society 6, finishing quick. It's my specialty. It comes on t-shirts, bed sheets, both popular with the ladies. Hideout TV, will pay you to watch videos. Swag Bucks will pay you to shop. GameKit to buy games. And free Bitcoin. It's a wallet system for crypto. Yeah, just make sure you follow your regional laws. Crypto is a roller coaster, so only afford to do what you can lose. And they also give you some little free balance of Bitcoin. Tiny bits of loot boxes. So you can use that and save it up or gamble it depending what your laws are. Alright, and Virtual Mate, it is a real offer. 150 purchase or more, you can get 10 bucks off if you use the coupon code LYNGBS. That's LYNBSN. Alright, let's go back to the screen. Oh yeah, my website, which will never get any updates. Maybe if I say it'll never get updates, I'll do the opposite and actually update it. Alright, be right back. Where is it? That's a weird thing. If you take a break from doing streams, it's surprising how fast you forget which buttons to press. So I was thinking every time I do podcasting, I'm kind of glad that I do the video game stuff, because at least it keeps me in the mode of remembering what to press. Or almost remembering. Hey, good night, Steadfast. Have a good one. Yeah, Skady, Beowulf, Neza, Odin. Akurdo. I can't remember what that one. Yeah, thanks, Augusto. Welcome to the chat. It's good timing. Just as people are going and coming, everyone's exchanging. Pass the baton. Yeah, and don't anyone worry too much about donating money for my uncle's funeral costs. At least, luckily, their family was able to take care of that. My grandpa prepaid it. So that was a relief. That's one thing I was thinking. If I had kids and stuff, that's one nice part about not having a family is I don't have to go get carried away planning for the future to make sure people don't get screwed and you don't leave people with a whole bunch of debts. I don't know, one rich guy was telling me the best way you can do it is just donate your body to science. So that way they cover all the cost, even if you don't have money to get rid of yourself. That sounds awful. If you don't have the money to dispose of your own body. Dear God. Oh yeah, it looks like that Bluetooth thing is on again. I wonder how to turn that off. There, did that turn it off? Maybe. Now, sometimes my soundboard, it gets frozen up and locked up, so I'll have to unplug it for a while and plug it back in. But then when I do, all the settings go back to default, and I'm like, fuck, what did I have it set on? Joys of technology. Ooh, Neza pairs with Beowulf. No kidding. So George has got some more good advice for us there, I think. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. George is probably right about Scorpion King. He might be okay for my backup teams, but as far as it goes by investing in him for our main team, it's just not worth it because he's too like low-level teamish. Early on he's good, but we've already passed that phase. We made it through without having to make him. I bet you I'll make him in the future when I have extra heroes and nothing to do with them. You know, I was thinking if you built a little bit of a riverside inn, if you made it, say, 3 stories, that would probably be a good compromise. Because 3 stories is almost the same height as some of the houses near it. Yeah, 3 stories, balconies, facing the mountain. Man, that would be such a nice inn to stay at. Now, for me, it would be too much work to look after an inn like that. So obviously, in real life, I would never really do something like that. But maybe if I was retired and had nothing to do, I'd be like, all right, now I can own an inn. Hey, Steadfast is back. Welcome back. You know, it happened to me the other night. I was so tired when I was watching TV, or probably listening to me talk made you tired. I know my voice is deeper because I've been kind of down in the dumps. And the weed, back to it. No, but yeah, I'll be so tired and then I go up to bed. Just can't sleep as soon as I get there. Mind starts racing. Especially when I quit weed. I don't know what it is when I quit weed. It's almost impossible to sleep. That's why I got to make sure when I quit it that I don't have anything to do the next few days. Because if I do, I'll never be able to sleep for it. I'll be so tired. Now, if anyone's wondering how the world events are going to pan out, wouldn't it be weird if we went from a pandemic to a world war and then right into the moon mission where we get attacked by aliens? I was like, that'd be a pretty interesting sequence of events. Especially if I can add in there getting a trailer. I'll be like, yeah, now I'm living in a trailer park to boot. That'd be sweet. Yeah, maybe I can tear down the old garage and put in a 2-story garage. So yeah, that I'll not only have like a garage, but a garage that's almost like a house. That'd be sweet. Let's not get too ahead of myself, but... No, I'll have to keep trying to make friends up north, and hopefully I'll get to know some people that are really good carpenters or contractors. Get some deals on repairs and building that I can afford. Yeah, who knows? Maybe I could do a crowdfunding campaign. If I keep doing videos and different work, maybe my gravity well research will get enough people to donate. That'd be sweet. Now I figure too, maybe at one point, sad to say, that when I'm the only person left living in this house, then probably it'll go up for sale and I'll get a chunk of that money. And then I'll be able to use that money to fix up north. And that would be close to the amount of money to tear down and rebuild. So that'd be pretty wild. But I don't know if I would actually build on that lot though, just because it had flooding issues. We'll have to check and ask the guy how bad the flooding in the garage was. Alright, so maybe we'll get enough coins here. We can actually buy the Sunstar hero that we'll need in order to make the next Sunstar hero upgrade. I think that'll be Skady. Or no, Theodora and then Skady. Yeah, so has anyone got an opinion of which red hero we should make first? I'm leaning kind of towards making Skady first because it seems like she's pretty crucial. And I want to make sure I save the ingredients that I have enough to make her. Yeah, have you noticed I started to swap in the ice healer? Even though Freya's at 1 red star, this ice healer is actually doing better. Sad to say, but she is. Holy shit. Is that what that is? No kidding. Oh, okay. So yeah, Augusto cleared up one of the most common questions that I've had. I'm glad one of the viewers finally. If it wasn't for the viewers, I don't think I'd learn anything. But anyways, yeah. I was always wondering, why is Suzo so much stronger for the first 3 rounds? I was like, what's happening? And then Augusto cleared it up. He's like, it's called the oppressor effect. When Suzo starts, he's stronger for the first 3 rounds. And then his power drops. So he says once you boost him up another level, that his stronger attacks will last 5 rounds. Which is kind of weird, because is that long enough for him to do his special twice? Because if it's only enough to do it once, even though it's 5, that's still weird, right? Oh, but then I guess if you gave him Gus, and he can use his special twice quicker, then yeah, he would do 2 powerful hits. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Yeah, so many choices, eh, since we were last watching the game, and then we came back. It's like, so much happened. We got so many heroes to choose from, it's ridiculous. Right, Naked HD? Alright, she says it's right. Hugs and kisses. Alright, who should we bring here? Maybe a better attacker, right? Let's try that. Now, I was getting carried away with thinking about buying a place in Mexico, but I think that's well too much long term, especially when I think about all the different parasites in Mexico. I've already had bad luck in Canada. Do I really want to take risks in countries with tropical climates where I'm probably going to get bit by every bug known to man? I don't know what it is. Like, mosquitoes, they usually leave me alone. But when it comes to other bugs, man, they target me pretty bad. Luckily, I haven't got bad by ticks yet, but man, that's why I'm really risky about going to places with a lot of ticks, too. Now, what I started to do up north is I just wear the bug suit if I'm in a place that has a lot of bugs. It's not that bad. Sure, it looks funny, but I bet you if I wore the bug suit for a YouTube video, people would laugh their asses off. So yeah, I probably should do it. Yes, back when I used to have my first property, it was right in a swamp that was just infested with mosquitoes. So yeah, wearing the bug suit there was funny because it was like you were swimming in mosquitoes. It was so trippy. It's like you could push your way through them, swim in them. They're like thick. No, the one guy that was helping me try to like clear the land, he's like, man, I can't take it. I'm like, what? Are you getting bit? Did you get a hole in your suit? He's like, no, man, just the noise of it. He's like, there's millions of them. He's like, the constant buzzing is driving me insane. And I'm like, yeah, it is pretty bad. No, when we were doing the gold panning and panning for diamonds, there were so many mosquitoes and we were wearing the bug suits. And you couldn't just take the bug suit off every time you wanted to smoke and drink. So most people would just leave the suit on. That way if you had mosquitoes just all in your beer, when you drank, the suit would sift them out. It was nasty. I would have never imagined that anywhere could have that many mosquitoes. But at least all the places up north aren't that bad. At least some places where there's a lot of birds, at least they'll eat the fucking bugs. Ah, our best healer is almost dead. Oh, I see why. We needed Genie in there. Yeah, victory. That was a too quick victory. Sometimes finishing quick isn't always better. Now, if anyone's wondering what's one of the biggest draws about wanting to move up north in Canada, when you live in the south part, it is warmer and there's a lot more people, but it's a lot more crowded and housing expenses are fucking through the roof these days. Literally, you can't even buy a house unless you're a millionaire. So that's kind of a little bit sad nowadays. So at least up north, it's sure the weather's harsher and sure the food and expenses and heating expenses are way higher. But I guess there's an initial lower income bracket when it comes to buying houses. At least you could afford a house way cheaper. I don't know how true that is anymore. Last time I was there, anyway. That was a long time ago. Oh, the altitude affects the bugs. Yeah, and then the lack of pollution. I know people make fun of like the ground pollution, like the water's polluted, but at least the air isn't that polluted. Unless you got forest fires going, but the clean air up north, I think, oh, and especially the stars at night. If anyone's into stargazing, if you've ever been to northern Ontario, your mind will be blown. Especially if you're from like Toronto or something and you've never seen it. Like that's probably the worst thing that could ever happen, is if they opened a train to Mount Kemmenis and all of a sudden people made a video go viral about what the stars look like when you camp at night and shared it in Toronto. Because then everyone in Toronto would be like, oh my God, and like get on the train and go. And then there'd be so many people there. Because man, when I saw it, I was like, holy fuck, man, if everyone knew this, the place would be packed. It's crazy good. Like literally when I think about it, I've never seen anything better in my whole life. So if you're going somewhere just to look at something amazing, it's like there's not really anywhere else I've been better yet. But then again, I've never really been that many places. Like, I'm surprised they don't have one of those deep space telescopes there or something. Like, God, the amount of stars you see, it's like, holy shit. It just dominates what you see anywhere else. Milky Way comes in like 10 different colors. Shooting stars to boot. Yeah, there's some nice parks in the Quebec side of the border that I want to visit too. That's probably what a lot of my YouTube videos will be. To make it a little bit more of a wild adventure is after I finish the Ontario side, I'm probably going to explore a bit of the Quebec side as well. Stay at each different park. Hopefully don't get eaten by bears. Man. Yeah, because there's a lot of high up mountain campgrounds. I wouldn't mind to camp on more mountains. Those are usually fun camping trips. I know some people that aren't into hiking. Hopefully my legs won't give out. My hip has actually started acting up this week. I gotta lose a bit more weight to make sure that doesn't get out of control. Holy fuck, the game just crashed. Alright, well, air my vaporizer commercial. I'll be right back. If anyone wants to help, don't forget to like and sub the commercial for it. The links for are below. If we reach 1,000, I'm gonna try to get my company going. And who knows, if my company gets going again, maybe I'll be able to fix my place up north without any donations. That'd be sweet. Or with less donations. We already got some. All right, so thanks everyone for the super chats. Let's go to my commercial. We'll be right back. Ow. Yeah, that's the worst part about if up north expands. Just like Muskoka. They never had enough room, so they had to keep building bigger and bigger and bigger to the point where there's fucking cottages on every square inch. It's fucking disgusting when that happens. So who knows, hopefully in our lifetime, people from Toronto, they'll just go to Muskoka instead. Or Barrie. A lot of people from Toronto just go to Barrie, right? Because it is pretty far up north already. And at least it's still like, if you want to go all the way to Kirkland Lake, man, you're looking at a long trip. It's like 6-hour drive at least, 7, 8-hour drive even. That's what I was thinking. If anyone ever took the train before, when it went from Toronto to that place, what is it, Swastika or whatever it is, when it stopped, how long was that train ride? It was probably at least 8 hours, if not longer, right? I'm trying to think, how fast do trains go? And then once you arrive there, then you have to take a cab, or if you can hire someone else to drive, and then go all the way to Mount Keminis. That's like another hour or two. No, I guess not 2 hours, but maybe an hour drive. I don't know, how far is it from Kirkland Lake to Ryan or Randa? I think it's under an hour, maybe something like that. Or no, maybe an hour right on the button. Because that's what I was wondering when I arrive, if I fly up north and I take a plane, should I land at the airport in Kirkland Lake or land in the airport in Ryan? And I think it was actually closer to land on the Quebec side. But it was almost the same. So that's a funny thing, where I live now, to take a plane to Kirkland Lake, I think it was about 2 hours, something like that. depending if you land at the Waterloo Airport. And then the Waterloo Airport is like a half-hour drive from where I live, because I'm in Waterloo. But it's kind of on the outskirts of town. So maybe 20-minute, depending on traffic. It's a pretty busy city, so always a lot of traffic jams. Now, my city never used to be so bad with traffic jams, but they got that Building Back Better plan from Klaus Schwab. He forced all those bike lanes into our city. So now all the city's busiest roads are jammed even more because there's all these empty bike lanes taking up half the road. It's kind of a fucked up design. But then you see the price of oil skyrocket and all the gas prices. You're like, oh, now I see why they're building back better, right? It was all part of the plan. Let's hope not. Yeah, it's the thing. How many people from Toronto could take the bugs? That's one thing that might save up north from visitors. It's just too many bugs, right? Like, I don't know. I don't want to make fun of girls. Even a lot of guys are the same way. Like, a lot of people just get grossed out by bugs, right? So anyone who's grossed out by bugs, even if they want to see the stars, there's no way they'll be able to go because there'll be just too many bugs. They'll get halfway there and turn back running. Get eaten alive in some spots. So at least there'll always be bug season. If you want to go there alone, you could just go with the bugs, and at least then there'll be no people. Let's hope, unless everyone wears the bug suits. Yeah, Ruin, Noranda. That's it. Ruin. I'll have to try to remember that. It's ruined. It's like I bought a place next to it. It must be ruined. No, I'm just kidding. I ruined it completely. No, it's not all about me. I'm sure there's a lot of nice people in Ruin. Ah, swastika? I don't know, that sounds worse. What did I say? Swastika? Yeah, swastika. Whoops. No Freudian slips there, I swear. No, I'm not joking. No. No, show's totally gone if I'm not too careful there. No, you know what's neat? My place in, Virginia Town or Kearns, whatever you want to call it, it's so close to the town in Quebec that if you hook up a TV antenna, you can get all the Quebec stations. So if you like the local news or the local movie channels from Quebec and Rouen, you can watch them all free in HD. You just need one of those HD antennas. I think sadly Kirkland Lake only has one TV station. I'm not sure. Maybe Global or something. Because I don't know, when I get a place, usually what I like to do is I don't like to pay for cable, but I like to have the local news channel. So I always hook up an antenna to the TV so I can still see local news. Yeah, I'll have to remember not. Make sure I don't pronounce it wrong when I travel there for a YouTube video. They'll be like, that's not how you say it. Although sometimes it's good for comments, because if you say it wrong, then everyone corrects you. So I'll just say it's not the way they say it. It's, what is it again? Sweetica? No, swastika. No, it's kind of funny that town has that name, and I'm pretty sure that's why it got excluded by the renovation plan. Because they decided to put the train station in Matheson instead. I was like, why the fuck would they put it in Matheson? It's such a smaller town, right? It's not even close to Kirkland Lake. But then all of a sudden, like, I guess it's because of the name, right? They're like, fuck it, let's move it to Matheson. They don't want to put swastika on the map. Or maybe there was another reason they did it. I guess Matheson actually did have a train station. It's not that small of a town, but just compared to Kirkland Lake, I think it's quite a bit smaller. I used to go to it. I actually know some people that live in Matheson still. I think Matheson home prices are probably pretty cheap too. Yeah, the Cochrane street signs or Reddick street signs. Oh yeah, Dr. Reddick. I was wondering where that was from. I was thinking the the Fast and the Fury for some reason. I'm like, no, wait a minute. I just did a video about it. I should remember. Now, it's because I work on so many different projects. So when someone says, hey, I seen your latest project, I'm like, which one? Got like 10 going. No, I should really focus on finishing things instead of starting a whole bunch and never finishing any of them. Yeah, finish the garage this year. That'd be a nice plan. All right, let's try this. Hit him. The one thing I like about street signs up north is how they got a lot of different minerals. Like here, we'll occasionally have street signs like Silver Street or Platinum Road or something. But north, you see a lot of gold ones. I like that. Here, we don't have so many gold mines, so we don't really have as many gold streets. I always wanted to try gold panning, but we never had much luck with that. Now, a friend of mine who's actually works in the mines, he said he's really good at silver gold panning, or silver panning. So he'll show me how to do that next time. So that'd be kind of neat. I didn't even know that you could pan for silver. Oh, and I'm saying Cochrane wrong too. It's Cockerham. Cockerham. I think I'm saying it how they say it I heard on the bus stops. Or maybe they say it right and I just said it wrong too. Oh wait, no, I never did take the bus all that way. I took it as far as Timmins. Or I flew to Timmins. That's, excuse me. Now I gotta drive to Cockerham the rest of the way. No, I pronounce almost everything wrong, if there is a way to. I pronounce my own name wrong. Oh yeah, and if anyone's wondering in the archive, I did another Intellivision Amico video. This time I was teasing everyone about a lawsuit. I think a lot of people took the video serious, but I was like, man, I was just kind of joking in a way. I don't really think it's going to come to lawsuits, but I was just thinking if it did, it would be funny. Well, not funny, but ironic. I know if people get sued, it's never funny. Even though I just said it was over and over again. No, if I better be careful. If I keep joking about lawsuits, I'm going to get sued. That's how the world works. Yeah, I think if I check for insurance too, hopefully I can get a good deal on it, fix the place up. It'll be worth it. Yeah, that's what we did the one time. We drove all the way up and I actually stayed in the igloos there. They have an igloo resort that you can stay in Cochrane or Cochrane, and it's next to the polar bear, what is it, habitat? I was going to call it a zoo, but I don't think it's an actual zoo. It's just polar bears there. So I got to feed the polar bears, I was gonna swim in the tank with the polar bears, but I never did. They have this exhibit there if you want to swim in with the polar bears. You can jump right in the tank, except they have a divider wall, but it's see-through. So it looks like you're actually swimming with the polar bears, but you're just in two tanks connecting to each other with a glass wall. But it makes for good pictures, right? Because you can show pictures of your family and you say, hey, look, I was swimming with polar bears. They'd be like, what the fuck? How come they didn't eat you? Like, I was too fat for them. They said I was a little greasy, didn't smell very good, so they just ate the fish instead. Yeah, that's a hard battle to win. I gotta wrap this up. I'm losing my voice. We're almost at 3 hours, right? But we'll try to do some more next episode of The Abyss. Yeah, maybe we'll do 2 or 3 more missions of that. Alright, so let's go to the fire screen. We'll give a shout out to the viewers next time too. My voice is dying. Yeah, thanks everyone for the super chats. Oh yeah, we'll try to do it. We got so many super chats, we gotta give shout outs. I'll have another drink. Alright, I think that helped. Alright, Steadfast, thanks again. Naked HD, welcome back to the chat. Thanks for keeping your clothes on. Bloopers. Oh yeah, the trailer talk. Yeah, it'd be neat if I get a trailer going up north. That'd be sweet one day. I'll have to check with the city and see if I'm allowed to park a trailer in the driveway. If I can, I could even probably park 2 trailers. That's how big it is. It's like literally like a jumbo driveway that goes right from the road, like almost all the way to the very end of my property. So it's like a huge driveway. But yeah, that's really the only thing nice about the lot right now. I have to fix the house and the garage. So, needs a lot of work. Rusty Valor. Naked HD. I guess nothing easy is good, huh? George Washington. George Washington. Wicked News. Oh yeah, thanks again for the super chat. Well, some things are. Alright, let's see. George Washington. Augusto. Naked HD. Beowulf. Yeah, we're going to go for Beowulf. Won't that be sweet? So yeah, thanks again everyone. Really appreciate it. And yeah, if you happen to get any of the Beowulf frags in your vaporizer, the ones I'm after, tastes like shit, give the show a dislike. But if it doesn't happen, you can give the like and a share. Really appreciate it. Just make sure that I buy the products from my sponsor.
As it will ruin your life.
For now. See you later. Sorry, I'll stop using the baby voice so much. Later. Bye for now. Yeah, and thanks for helping me cheer up. I know I'm probably going to need the help through the funeral the next few days, so really appreciate it, everyone. It was nice of all the condolences. I don't want to forget to give that a shout out. Alright, see you later. The Abyss.